What's up, everybody? It's your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful road down Red Rooster, one of the original road warlords, and as always, bringing you the knowledge and dropping the science in this industry of what we call trucking. Okay, I'm doing this particular video to speak about an end of an era and what a lot of people ask the questions and stuff. Particularly who I'm contracted with, so on and so forth, and why is it I don't give up the information. And that's because you can't just look at me or any other person for that matter and decide to say, well, yeah, this is where I want to go because that particular person is over there doing their thing and making money and so on and so forth. What I challenge any person and stuff to do is, I challenge you, if you're going in business, whether you're a company driver, lease, own operator, is if you decide to go anywhere, what's going to be the incentive of you going to said place to work, to be a contractor? What's the incentive? Because the overall incentive is what's going to determine how you able to operate your business. So this is why a lot of times people go to certain places, like, I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm going to the oil field. But they go into the oil field because they say, well, the money and stuff is there. But they might not be built for that type of work. Thus, they go out there and stuff, and then, they don't succeed. But they say, like, well, I look at this person, he doing okay and stuff like that. Of course, because that particular person understands that the incentives that this person went in with the intention, knowing that this is what's going to work for me overall in my business. And the money that's just going to come because I'm always going to do a good job. That's always my intention. I'm always going to go out there and do a good job. So that money's going to come no matter what I get into. But the overall incentive is what makes you successful in this business. Why is it that people sit there and close their doors and stuff and merge up with other people? Because the incentives. You see, if you can still operate your business more efficiently and save money at the same time and stuff, why not take advantage of it? It's no shortcuts and stuff, but if you're looking at the overall and you're saying that this is what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna take advantage of these incentives. That's why some people decide to go out here, get with carriers and say, well, you know what, I'm gonna grow my fleet because of the incentives that they offer. Okay, you can go over here and you get you a couple trucks if you want to, as opposed to going to a bank and filling out applications and so on and so forth. See, that's an incentive. That you're trying to you're trying to run a business, have a couple trucks. You understand the aspect of what it is that you're operating, and so you take advantage. Incentives is what's offered. Now, some people may be looking at me and saying, well, all right, why are you taking the decals and stuff off your truck with this particular carrier? Because it's ran its course over here where it used to be. The incentives aren't working. The incentives and stuff aren't working. They're not working to the advantage of me being able to operate my business more efficiently. Doesn't mean that they're a bad carrier because of that. Because there's some people that are here that are still working and they're able to operate and take care of business and do things efficiently. So that's the thing there and stuff. I mean, I've been here 7 years, and you know, it's business like no other. I mean, like it's business like everything else. You have your ups and your downs and stuff like that. But overall, I look at those I look at the incentives and stuff, and so I say, well, I had to make a move because of what's being offered to me is going to be more better as to how I operate my business. It doesn't mean again that these guys are a bad carrier that I'm leaving. Because some people can get over here and stuff and they can be successful because of the incentives that they offer are consistent with their business portfolio. And so that's what it's about at the end of the day. The money that's going to come because when you understand the business of what you're in and how you're trying to operate, and then you take advantage of the incentives and stuff that's being offered, then that's what constitutes your revenue. But, a lot of people go to places because they have good revenue, but again, it's not consistent with your business portfolio. And so, you get over there and you start having a hard time. So I tell anybody, do your research and make sure again and stuff that the business that you're going into and stuff, whatever business you decide to go into a partnership with, right? Whatever you decide to go into a partnership with, is that is that what they offer, you can take advantage of those incentives to do what you have to do for business. And that's what it's about and stuff, So when people say, how do I feel about Landstar or Roadrunner or something like that and stuff, I mean, the only thing I can tell them is, hey, do your due diligence, do your research, do your own research, fact-finding studies, honest on your skills every day. It's imperative that you do that because, looking at a YouTuber and stuff like that and saying, well, okay, I want to do the same things and stuff like that. Okay, that's one thing. But, understand is that everyone's portfolios and stuff are different. Whereas this person, he may want to run a majority of trucks. This person right here may want to run this particular avenue or run this particular commodity. You have to have an understanding yourself about what it is that you want to do and stuff and get that complete understanding. Then that's when you talk to the people that you want to go in partnership with and stuff and say, hey, all right, what lanes and stuff that you run, commodities, what's the incentives and stuff, that you offer. And so if they're consistent, then, hey, this is the place where you want to go. Otherwise, that and stuff, hey, well, now you appreciate the time that they gave you to get an understanding about how they operate and so on and so forth. But always understand that in business it's always consistent of what incentives can be offered to you. No matter if your lease, own operator, or company driver. What are the incentives and stuff that's being offered to you? So it matches up with your portfolio so that you can have what you can have and stuff in order to take care of you and your business. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Like I said, I had no bad blood here. I'm leaving on good terms here. It's just, the thing that I'm doing is that, I've been doing this for a while now. And so, the time and stuff is right. And so, that's why I'm making that move now to do what I have to do. It's definitely tough, leaving here and stuff, being the time and stuff that I had and, being in a, you kind of get used to the way of doing things, but you got to understand is that, when you have different directives and goals, those things and stuff bother you. And so, when you sit there and say, no, that's okay, you get comfortable, right? then it keeps you from moving to the next step in order for you to achieve your goal. And so now you got just time, but you don't have the things and stuff that you say that you were trying to get, that you're trying to work for. Oh, well, I'll get them later because I'm comfortable right now. Being at a carrier that gives me, they give me a consistent, they give me consistent settlements or consistent freight. When all that is and stuff at the end is comfortability, when that's not what it's about. Stepping out and stuff, man, means that you got to be uncomfortable. You're going to be in situations and stuff, man, it's going to involve you having to go beyond the normal aspect. But that's to get a full understanding of the business of what you're in. To get a complete understanding. So, you know what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're trying to take care of, and so on and so forth. So, I urge people, man, never get comfortable. Never get comfortable. I mean, it's tough, but it has to be done and stuff. And, you got to step out. It's what you have to do, And so this transition I'm making and stuff, it's definitely not a comfortable one, but business never is. And it's never my intention to be comfortable, not until I reach my goal. So, unfortunately, it's stuff, some people going to ask questions as to where I'm going and stuff. And so, again, this particular carrier doesn't allow, they don't allow their information to be posted up on social media. So, I'm going to respect that and abide by those guidelines and stuff there. But, just know that the transition that I'm making is one that I feel that will help me in my business. And so you should never come in with that intention, of learning something, of going to a said carrier because, you know me or you talk to me and stuff like that and say, well, you see the things that I have, you shouldn't base yourself upon that. You should base yourself upon your business portfolio and what it is that you're trying to do. So the information that I offer, again, is to point these things out about what are the incentives for you to operate your business efficiently and effectively. And I'll go ahead and end on that note. So anyhow, this your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, one of the original Road Warlords. And as always, continue to do your research, fact finding studies. Honest on your skills every day. Until next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.